Hey y'all, how's it going? It's your Army Queen slash Hospitality Queen Tierney, K Pilot Pinky. So happy promo Tuesday. Hope y'all are doing well. So, the chronic sinusitis is kicking my ass. Like, it may not seem like it, but I'm having a lot of inflammation and stuff. It's usually this time of night that it hits me, the most. And it kind of hit me about, boyfriend slash best friend's death, Flip. I really wish he wasn't dead. I wish that was something I could change, but it's really hard to accept the things we can't change. But I find that, saying the serenity prayer daily really makes a big difference in my life because I have to accept the things I can't change. I can't change the fact I have chronic sinusitis, but there's things I can do about it. I focus on the things I can change. Like I can use my humidifier, I can, do my nasal sprays, I can, process it in my journal. There's so many things I can do about it, and a lot of times we have more control over the things we can do about it than we think. But it is true that certain things we can't change. Like once people are dead, we can't change that because once they're like either 6 feet under or cremated, like, it's as dark as that sounds, it's the absolute truth. Like once people's time is up, it's up. And I think that's what we have to kind of come to terms with. But, Flip was someone who I could be really vulnerable with. I mean, we would, literally talk about the ascending and the spiritual awakening, which, by the way, I think the spiritual awakening is so fucking sexy. Like, I mean, like for real, like, like it's really when we see the growth in ourselves. And it's a messy process, because some days, like, when it comes to Flip's death, I'm like bawling my eyes out. I mean, just ask my friends, they'll tell you, like, there's some times where it's a heavy cry, and then there's other times where I'm at acceptance and I'm just like, my R&B king be dead, like, um, but I think, there's many lessons in self that, we can kind of, learn from. I mean, like, like, I mean, it all goes back to the enablement, when we enable things, we're allowing it, and when we allow it, we're just kind of like entertaining it, because like it's kind of like when we have high expectations, like by allowing ourselves to have those high expectations, we're enabling it. And it's easier said than done, but like a lot of times, like I feel like we need to have a realistic view of like no, but seriously, like, because a lot of times I have this high expectation. I want people to check in with me on the daily, like literally. Like, I will just want them to ask me how I'm feeling. But if I'm really being honest with myself, if they were asking me that every day, I'd be like, like, I can take care of myself. Get off my back. You know what I mean? But, like, in the heat of the moment, like, I'm thinking, like, I want to be checked in on. But, like, there is such a thing as too much checking in. Like every day, that'd be kind of like, okay, like I'm not 80 years old. Like I'm not, paralyzed by the hip down. Like, like, and I'm not making light of that. Like I'm not trying to offend nobody. But like, at the end of the day, like, like yes, I have a chronic condition, but I have the gratitude that I can walk. Not everyone has that ability. And I think it's about recognizing our abilities and like oh my god. But nah, I mean like really there's like always someone who has it worse, but like I think we need to like let go of like toxic positivity, let go it could be so much worse because that's not really what people want to hear. They don't want to fucking hear that. Like, when they're going through a tough time, and I think like the whole good vibes only is bullshit because we're not going to feel amazing all the time. And that's just not how life fucking works. Like, I mean, like we're not going to feel amazing all the time, like, and like we're going to have times where things are going to be tough and we have to accept it. We have to accept the fact we're going to have those, vulnerable moments. And I think personally vulnerability is so fucking sexy. Like, it's just such a good process because it's like we're allowing ourselves to be our authentic self, and that in itself is very sexy, you know what I mean? But sorry, this chronic sinusitis has been so bad today. Like, I was in so much pain, and literally the whole day I would say I was in autopilot because I was like, so anxious and paranoid and all this shit. I was just like, is this paranormal activity? Like, because I'm pretty sure that, like, yeah. But anyway, um, but I think the best apology is change behavior. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Like, but no, I mean, for real, like, people can say things, and it all goes back to keeping your word. Like, like I try to keep my word. Like, if I say I'm gonna be like home at 7, I'm gonna be home at 7. Like, I ain't gonna be like, oh, like it's 7 o'clock and I'm like at the nightclub and be there, like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with going to the nightclub, but you know what I mean? Like, that reminds me, like, I can't even remember the last time I went to the nightclub. It's been probably since college, which is like almost 10 years ago. That's crazy to think about. I mean, those were some fun times at the gay nightclub. Like, I mean, seeing drags and all that. Okay, let me stop. But nah, I mean, it was good for what it was. I mean, like, certain times, like, things are good for what they were, but every chapter is a new chapter and you learn so much from each chapter in your life. You know what I mean? Um, but you know what? Like, I hate when people be trying to tell me how I should speak my mind. Like, because I love, I mean, like, I'm a nice person, but I also know how to set people straight. Like, if they're, now, like, externally, they probably see the people pleasing side of me where I'm just like, oh, it's fine, but it's not. And like, okay, like, if they're not going to do this, then I'll just fucking do it because you know what? I don't got no time to waste. But then there's times where, like the other day I had a frustration with someone and I called them out on it. Like, you know, um, so I'm not afraid to do that, but at the same time it seems like I am because it seems like, oh, like I can. But at the end of the day, you know, um like, I don't feel like I should have to apologize for speaking my mind. I mean, that's just like, hello, like, you know, um but no, in all seriousness, like, when it comes to apologizing, like, we should, you know, like, not only I mean, yeah, it's not like we can't say we're sorry, but like, it has to be more than that. It has to be like, like, I was wrong, here's how I'm willing to change my behavior and correct it. I mean, that's part of accountability. But that brings me into my cover tonight, Apologize by OneRepublic, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I'm holding on your rope, got me 10 feet off the ground. And I'm hearing what you say, but I just can't make a sound. You tell me that you need me, then you go and cut me down. But wait, tell me that you're sorry, didn't think I'd turn around and say that it's too late to apologize. It's too late, oh yeah. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late, oh yeah. Sometimes I can't believe Flippy did, but be what be. I take another chance, take a fall, take a shot for you. And I need you like a heart needs a beat. It's nothing new. Yeah, I loved you with the fire and now it's turning blue. And you say, saw me like the angel, heaven let me think was you. But I'm afraid it's too late to apologize. It's too late, oh yeah. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late, oh yeah. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think of Flip, could have been, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's too late to apologize. It's too late, oh yeah. I said it's too late to apologize. Yeah, it's too late, oh. I said it's too late to apologize. To apologize, yeah. Accountability is the key here, but you don't. Yeah, you got a lot to learn to apologize.